Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, where are we?
We are in Misty Rapids. Actually, we probably head back to the keep. We're probably back at the keep, right?
Okay. Sure, back at the keep.
Just finally installed this water clock at the main temple in Misty Rapids.
Yes.
Mother Ullman is dead, assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
Good riddance. And Georg's to-do list is looking rather, well, it actually probably, I haven't accomplished very much, have I?
Well,
So
you know,
that,
Baron Song still wants a portal.
I wasn't even thinking of that. Has there still been no news of Baron Song? He's in Cauldron.
Let's see, that was a few days ago that you got back. I'll cross off one more. So word is that Baron Song will be arriving tomorrow. He's leaving Cauldron tomorrow morning. He'll be back tomorrow evening. No knowing who's coming with him.
Okay. So I may wait around and talk to him and see what the deal was. Cauldron. I'm not... I need more... Gosh, getting
Souls?
greedy. What's that?
Do you need more souls?
Well, no. First, I need more wealth to accumulate. Well, I guess I did expend the. So I kind of want to go troll hunting. Am I a bad person?
No.
I think I am gonna go do the whole Georg King of the Trolls thing real quick. I don't know how long that'll take, but go across the river, see if I can track down the trolls. I can enlarge myself and yell at them in guttural tongues until they bow to me and call me their leader. And then hopefully that'll time out pretty well with hitting level 9 and trapping them all in a giant iron box.
Yes. Well then.
We'll see. It's going to be way more hijinks than that. I'm going to be, chasing these trolls down, like reducing them so that they're bite-sized and I can catch them and teleport them into the box, or... So I spend that, I daydream about that over supper with all the... Because it's still pretty empty. Haynes is gone. Are there any guards? There's like 4 people in the keep.
There's the... What do you call it? The gatekeeper and 2 soldiers. And then servants who live in town.
The gatekeeper and 2 soldiers?
Yeah.
But they live in town, so they're not at the keep.
No, the servants live in town. The soldiers live in the keep.
Okay. But they're probably on duty, so it's like me and Cookie.
Yeah. Even
girl,
even Heather is gone.
Heather is gone? She's with Haynes?
Yes.
She is? I get that verified at some point?
Yes, she is with Baron Song.
Okay. He hasn't disposed of her or anything like that?
She is not dead. Well, she was not dead when she left here.
Okay. Well, I guess let's skip to the next day and I'll meet with Baron Song and make my preparations to head back into the Soggy Hills. God. How important is the Chimera loot to me?
That's a good question.
I don't think I'd give up Jebib before. Oh, but would she take an unconscious Jebib? Is that morally acceptable in Georg's mind? Can we make him forget? This is getting into murky territory. All right. So the next day does
yeah, if you're just gonna skip ahead to the next
Song
day.
return?
Yeah, he's gonna return that evening. If you'd like to stick around. So evening comes. It is the evening of the 16th of August. So we've kind of blazed through almost 2 weeks here. Okay. Baron Song arrives back with Haynes, and Heather and the guards that went with him. However, Lady Song is not with them.
Lady Dac.
Well, she's Lady Song now.
Yeah. Okay.
Is not with them. They arrive in the evening, and
okay, so I spend the whole day
hall.
my thumbs.
Excuse me?
I spend the whole day. I have a whole day to kill.
Yeah.
I'm probably waiting around for them all day, impatiently reading various books, but I guess I don't think I get anything done. Because I keep expecting them to show up any minute, and it takes until evening.
Yeah.
Trying not to look like I was waiting for them all day.
There's a big dinner being prepared for them when they get back.
Okay.
So they come in and immediately come down for dinner, splashing a little water on their face and hands. Haynes looks at you, gives a big bellowing, Arc Ramle! You got lost in the woods, didn't you? What did you eat? You know, you eat some of that stuff and you'll be running around the woods for days without knowing what's going on. Tell me, did you eat something? Eat something special?
I give him a wink, and no, nothing like that.
Right, that would be inappropriate for a court wizard, and for any soldiers of Baron Song. That's not the sort of behavior we expect from our people.
You guys seem to have gotten yourselves a little lost.
Lost? No. We were just up in Cauldron.
How are things there? How's Kel Crystal?
Fine. She's a fine lady. Good woman to have around.
And Heather is in. Yeah, she's in Cauldron. I knew that. She went with Kel Crystal to Cauldron.
Yeah, but she came back.
She did?
No, Heather. Okay, Heather's the young girl.
Yeah.
You mean Lady?
Okay, but Heather's the young girl.
Steamhouse.
Okay. Lady Steamhouse. Yeah, the young girl Steamhouse.
She is in Cauldron.
And Heather did come back?
Yes.
Okay. I'll ask. How did Heather enjoy her trip to? Oh, I'm gonna ask Heather. And how old is she?
7, 8, okay. 10. I don't know.
So I probably put on a patronizing kid voice. And how was your trip to Cauldron? Did you see the geyser?
She looks a little uncomfortable in her nicer clothing. She now has like proper noble child attire. And she doesn't.
Everybody
look
wants
like
to be a princess, and they get poofy princess dresses, and they realize how uncomfortable it is. Or plate mail in the case of Haynes.
Yeah.
Except he seems to be doing just fine in his outfit. And Song, does he have any news to relay? Anything to ask? Does he tell me what he was doing in Cauldron? Was he just like checking in on things? And where is Lady Dac? And where? Yeah.
Who do you ask that?
Is Baron Song there at the table?
Oh yeah, he's at the table. Okay. Everyone's here. You ask Baron Song where his wife is?
Sure. Over the course of casual conversation. I don't know if we need to get into the details of how I transitioned to that, but I will ask him. I'll ask him like how's his wife?
Lady is fine. She remains in Cauldron. She has many years of experience overseeing large territories. She would be a good advisor for the young Lady Steamhouse.
And has she taken a liking to the city?
No.
I laugh. It sounds like a really awkward conversation, though.
You know how Baron Song is. He doesn't have any feelings. He's always grim. He despises it.
That's what he wants us to think. Inside, he's...
just like us.
All right. What was he describing why his wife's complaints, or it doesn't sound like it's that. We don't
doesn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay, so it sounds like he's left her there more or less of her own accord, but I guess she is charmed.
Very few things she does are of her own accord at this point. I mean, they all are kind of, but at the same time, they're not. No.
And the child? Your child?
Still in her belly.
She's taking the pregnancy all well.
This is not her first rodeo.
God, the way this guy views people, his wife included. Oh well. He married her because she's a good accountant and can bear children.
He married her because he wants her land.
Yeah. But he probably can't manage it without her. All right.
How have your jauntings been? Anything I need to be kept appraised of?
All quiet on the Eastern Front. I was thinking of making a journey further east, in fact, to check on our outlying holds, but
yes.
Actually, yeah. Okay. Sounds like he doesn't have that much interesting to tell me. Does he ask more? I'll tell him. I actually don't really have anything to report to him, but like,
yeah. No, he just asks what you've been up to.
I'll probably make jokes about getting lost getting lost in the soggy hills.
He does admonish you for being gone for so long, a little bit. Something along the lines of, one never knows when they have need of their court wizard. It would be good of you to remain on hand for those emergencies.
I placate him. Yeah. As I'm plotting to leave like the very next morning to go visit the villages in the east. Yeah, so I think I will do that instead of the troll hunting.
Okay, you're gonna go visit your towns that you own?
Yeah. I don't know how taxes are supposed to work. Do I need to show up and tell them they need to pay, or
that's why they recommended having someone do all the bureaucracy for you.
Baron Song told me he would take care of it.
Oh, that's right.
It sounds like he didn't or hasn't.
Oh, well, you don't know. You haven't checked in.
So I guess I'll check in. I mean, that's what I was referring to when I said check in on the Eastern holds. It's like, have you received any taxes from those villages yet? When is it prudent to begin the calendar year? Or do they pay monthly?
If you wish to be involved in the details, I can point you in the direction of the accountant.
I think it would be wise to check up on things at least. These are lands of strategic as well as economic importance. It'd be a shame to let them burn into the ashlands.
He nods slowly. I have seen to it that the same people who oversee my lands are checking up on the villages.
Then all is well. They
are coming along. There is an adjustment period when you have a shift of leadership. Although it might be useful for you to make an appearance and remind them that they serve our barony.
Thus I ask, are they up on their taxes? Need I conduct any business on this trip, or just a gentle reminder?
A gentle reminder. The paperwork is being taken care of.
Very well then.
He looks around the table, excuses himself early, and heads up to his.
Okay. I guess I'll wait till the next day and then head out along the road east.
Hey.
Sorry for the change of plans, but it seems more interesting.
On your Phantom Steed, I think it only takes you a day to get to Thornwood. That's 30 miles. It's normally a little bit more than a day, but you can book it there pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm moving right 32, so along a road, I should be able to do 64 miles in a day.
Yes.
Actually, you can do double, like if you're moving right 12, you can do 24 miles in a day on level terrain.
Right.
I can actually get there. I can get there comfortably.
Very comfortably.
It's probably about, yeah, so I can get there in half a day. I could probably even get to the villages by nightfall, but I think I'll spend a day or an evening in Thornwood.
Sure. So you get to Thornwood in a few hours. I think it's a 30-mile road, 24 miles as the crow flies, 30 on the road because it twists and winds and whatnots. Maybe it's not quite 30. So if you can go 64, yeah, you're there early. Little afternoon.
Am I stopped in Thornwood? Like, do the guards say anything to me? Did announce my presence or anything?
Well, the guards at the gates see you come. They wave you by without any questionings. You're wearing your proper robes, the embroiderment of the snake's logo, sigil, and all that on you. They let you in without a word. Where do you plan on going? Somewhere in particular?
I don't really have a good prank to leave for Randall. Like, I don't think I have any spells that can figure out where that note came from. So I may just ride right on through if I don't naturally come into contact with anyone.
Yeah, you'd have to go out of your way to contact anyone in the keep.
What's that?
You'd have to go out of your way to contact anyone in the keep.
Oh, Chad is right. There is that town on the border of the Thornwood. So maybe I should start there.
Okay.
Maybe I'll I don't know if I got all the way to Thornwood before I realized that, or if I stopped there along the way. But if I got to Thornwood, I'll probably head back out.
Sure. It's like an hour or two out of your way on your Phantom Steed.
Okay.
You arrive at the small village. I think you actually have to probably stop and ask for directions along the way.
Yeah, I am holding the bronze serpentine staff.
Okay.
It radiates continual light.
Right. You arrive at the village in the middle of the day.
Yeah, and as well the tabard of Misty Rapids, whatever you call it.
Sure. It's a small village, maybe 400 people in size. And it looks like most of the people are out in the orchards gathering. It's August. Well, I don't know what type of fruit ripens in August, but they're gathering it.
Okay. Maybe some apples or something. I guess it's a little early for that, but who cares?
Yeah.
I ride in. Is there any sort of, like, the villages like this they don't have a sheriff or anything, do they?
They do.
Or any sort of local authority figure?
They have a sheriff.
Okay. And then I think I would like to meet with him briefly, and I'd probably stay mounted unless, yeah, we'll see. So I ride into town and try it. Like, I imagine the sheriff probably comes out to meet me.
No,
I just go to whatever permanent.
I mean, you're here by surprise. Everyone's out in the orchards. You ride into the village, and the few people that aren't out in the orchards, it's peach trees that they have. The few people that aren't out in the peach tree section and poke their heads out, see you riding into town, and like go back into their houses and whisper amongst themselves. And you find yourself standing astride your horse in the middle of town, in the middle of village, alone. There's a few people that were in the village have all retreated back into their houses and shut their doors, and it's eerily quiet. You know, think of an old western when the two people are about to duel in the streets and it's quiet and no one's in the street.
No one is going to duel me in the street. There's only room in this town for the one wizard, and I am him. Hello? And I kind of ride slowly, trot, if you will, through the street.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like building that looks like a sheriff's building? Like people went running from their fields, from their orchards into
No one went running. Just the people in the town kind of filtered back into their houses. The people in the orchards are still there.
Okay. If I can find is there a sheriff's office or anything like that that I can find?
Eventually, you do find the sheriff's office. It's not that far. It's just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, you see the sheriff stepping out.
So this is a village of a couple hundred. So there's probably the one sheriff and maybe a few people, mostly just farmers, right? Maybe a few, like there's someone who can, Like you say village, but it's basically just houses.
Yeah.
Like there's no tavern. There's no store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the sheriff, is he inside? Like, do I need to dismount and walk in?
He's standing in the doorway looking at you. Who might you be? Says.
I paused for a second, a little surprised that he didn't recognize me. I am Arc Carl of Misty Rapids. I presume you are the sheriff of this village?
Mm-hmm. You will be... what? The puppet to our new master?
You would do wise to watch your tongue.
Fancy nobleman. Born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Never had to fight for anything in his life.
Oh, God. Fuming.
How does Arc Carl represent himself and his lord when these people are being so
my instinct is color spray. Yeah, I reduced to be perfect, but I don't have it memorized. Enlarge him.
Well, looks like
I'm just exceeding it.
Worth about as much as you look. And he turns and heads back into his office.
I enlarge him so he can't fit through the door. I'll do that.
You enlarge him?
Yeah. Oh. No.
That's an interesting approach.
I got in trouble for that once before with Rohana, didn't I?
That caused a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But Rohana was he heads back inside, leaves the door open. You can see him leaning back in his chair, propping his feet up on his desk, pulling out a knife and kind of playing with this 2x4, carving it.
I was going to teleport out of there, but I don't know if I actually can with the steed. So I might teleport and then the steed has to come running to me. Is that a thing that can happen?
I don't know if the steed will come running to you.
What happens if I teleport off of it?
Then the steed is just standing there for the next 5 hours, 4 hours.
It's called Dimension Door. 250 pounds of living matter. Yeah, so I have to. Oh, it's not living, but it's 500 pounds. How much does the phantom steed weigh?
As much as a normal horse, like 1,400 pounds.
So I do need to cast Featherfall before it can be.
Yeah.
No. I ride out of town, feeling salty.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to do anything to this jerk of a sheriff, but take his soul. He doesn't deserve it.
All right. So what do you do?
You know what? I ride the horse back around and park it in front of his house and dismount.
Okay. You are parked in front of the sheriff's station.
Is it just me and him?
Yeah, just the two of you. No one else around.
Let me. Okay, my Thunderstaff can open locked, barred, magic-held doors, can move objects weighing 650 pounds. Fragile items make a saving throw. Yeah, I don't think I have a knock memorized. Oh, I do have a knock memorized. Okay, I'll just do that. I step into the room and I just, with the utterance, the door slams shut behind me. My phantom steed is parked outside.
All right, the door slams shut. The sheriff kind of startles a little bit, just a little bit. Not as much as I startled right there. And puts his feet off the desk. Slams his knife down into the table.
You know, you're lucky there's no one around within earshot.
Gets to his feet. And why is that?
I can't have you disrespecting our Lord openly in the streets. That's treason.
Treason? For saying that you're just another nobleman who ain't of no real value to society, here to live off of our hard work.
I punched this guy just square in the jaw. Let's see if I do. But
right. He is not surprised by this. Make me roll to hit.
No initiative. He just.
Yeah, he's not going to raise a hand to you.
No.
You take a swing.
That's even with my offhand. So I've got the staff in my right hand. So I lunge for him and make a wild swing with my left hand. He probably got just what he wanted.
Yeah, he leans back just enough to avoid the blow and goes, "You're making a good case for yourself here. Now, are you here to kill me? Is that what this is gonna be? You walk into town and just start murdering people?"
Don't think I couldn't. You're talking a real big talk, but I don't think you realize the trouble you're in, Sheriff.
What do you want there, fancy pants? We pay our taxes. We give up our hard work for you to leech. What else could you possibly want from us poor folks out on the edge? You want to push us around, act like a tough guy? There's a whole bunch of women and children in the streets, raising babies. They're defenseless. Why don't you go jail one of them?
You know what? Those women and children are safe, because men like me keep what's lurking beneath those tether wilds out of your villages. What do I want? A little respect would be a good start.
Would you like a tour of the town?
I'd like your tongue. But if you're smart, you'll keep it. No, I think the best thing is for us to both turn around and walk away.
Well then. It was good meeting you, my lord, he says.
I'm no lord.
Looks you up and down.
At least not on this dimension.
He looks
And
confused.
I'm pretty sure if I thunderstaffed to open the door, I would like probably blow the wall off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I teleport right out of his office on top of my horse.
Okay.
I think that's another just single. I just like utter one arcane. I think it's just a verbal only. Oh. Hold on.
Reactors! They're blowing! The cascade event! Resonance cascade, Ryan. At the laboratory. There's head crabs. Is that not the sort of emails and phone calls you get?
No, not really. I let it go to voicemail, but it was ringing, so I couldn't figure out how to mute it. Okay.
All right, so you are back on your horse. The sheriff is inside. The door is shut from your knock spell. That's that little podunk. Technically, it's a hamlet since it has an orchard, but let's just keep calling it a village.
Mm-hmm.
That's that little village.
Sorry, just a second. I am mildly distracted by work stuff. I do leave the hamlet and head towards Thornwood after a round of reeling from teleporting. And we ride back into Thornwood.
All right, you are back in Thornwood. Thornwood is the pleasant place that it's always been. The brick buildings, brick and wood buildings, the tall brick wall, the big moat all the way around it. It's not a hustling. It's a bustling little town. It serves as the capital of the county seat. That's the term. What are you doing in Thornwood?
I think it's close to the end of the day, right? So I will.
Yeah. So you'll.
So I will probably get a room at the Bear Cave. I would likely be entitled to a room in the keep, correct? Or would that be untoward?
No, that's perfectly legitimate to stay in the keep.
All right, can I roll an etiquette check to find out, or is it just I just know?
Go ahead and roll an etiquette check. Yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah. You are welcome as a visiting dignitary to a place in the keep.
Okay.
Technically, with your rank, anyone in the county is supposed to put you up. You know, you could go to a poor farmer's house and be like, "Bitch, I'm Baron Song's court wizard. Put me up for the night." And according to custom, they should put you up. So, keep?
Yes.
Distracted by work?
Yeah.
Do you need to go?
No. But give me 5 seconds to read this message. This is
why we don't play
this
for
is why
5 hours in the middle of the
role
day.
playing is best done on a Sunday morning, but we can't always schedule responsibly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do some D&D.
Okay.
Chad is so frustrated with me.
So, Thornwood?
Yes. So in the keep, am I let in by just a
guard lets you in. A servant shows you to a room. Mm-hmm. Someone asks if you would like to see the Countess or if you're just staying for the night.
Can inform her of my visit, but I will be leaving tomorrow morning.
Okay. They make arrangements for dinner and breakfast to be brought to you, and they let you know that the Countess will be busy in the morning, so you will be unable to have breakfast with her, but breakfast will be provided for you and brought to your room. And let's maybe like an hour later, Arc Ramle shows up. He comes down to the bedroom where you're staying and gives a nice knock on the door.
Yes, who is it? And I stand up to open the door.
It is Arc Ramle.
I give him a nod. Ramle.
Carl, good to see you. It's been...
This is that night or the next day?
That night. It's been a long time since we've had a chat.
Yes, I'm afraid things have been... Well, the life of a court wizard can be quite busy.
Yes.
As I'm sure you are more aware than I.
I wanted to ask you, have you heard anything about the... You're new in town, relatively speaking, of course. You've just come to our county in the last 6 months. So, are you familiar with the Curse of the Shadow Mountains?
Indeed, I have come across it in my studies. What specifically do you mean?
There have been some disappearances as of late. Those in themselves are not that important. Just foolish dwarves building settlements too close to the mountains and vanishing. Nothing to be too concerned about. Mm-hmm. But a word has reached me here of a very large magical aura still residing in the area months after the disappearance. Something that could create such a significant magical residue, something that intrigues me. You don't happen to know of anyone in that region that could create such a strong effect, do you?
Is there somewhere for us to take a seat?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know I don't know the details of this aura you were describing, but there are a number of possible explanations that jump to mind. You know, yeah. I think I forget my grudge, but we'll see if I can figure out who drew that knoll later. But I think I just jump right into nerding out on the magic stuff. You are no doubt aware of the legend of the Witch of the Wilds.
Yes, a witch that lives in the hidden valley.
Yes, a hag. I would tend to think.
Yes.
Typically, do not have the refinement of their magical powers to do anything creative or unusual, but that is certainly an option. There are also rumors of a true wizard up at Lake Wisterium.
How would a wizard survive out there? Those lands are crawling with monsters. I've even heard there are werewolves about. Or certainly Naga.
Naga? Oh my.
Yes.
Well, I mean, use your imagination. How you could certainly survive in the Shadow Mountains if you wished, could you not? It would just be a lot more work than court life, but
I would find it difficult to subsist without the work of servants, and having to produce my own food would be a huge pain in the ass. I can't see why any wizard would want to live out wilds. Privacy at the sake of convenience.
Yes, but who inspected this aura? Did you do it yourself?
No.
Residual magic. You said months after after the disappearance?
That's the rumor, yes.
Or months after the spell was cast?
Well,
that's some typically a residual aura from a spell only lasts for
minutes.
What is it, like a minute, like a round after, maybe, if you're lucky?
Yeah, stronger spells might leave longer lasting effects, but
yeah, some may have a duration, and this is after whatever prescribed duration. This is
vanished.
Powerful magic indeed. I can't even think of a spell that could do this, can I? I mean, like, should I roll a spellcraft check? I don't think this is a.
This is not something within your wheelhouse currently.
Yeah, like I don't even think like the spells that I would even be aware of could cast. Like, this is some.
I mean, there are definitely spells that might leave a lingering effect. Like if you cast Phantasmal.
He said that a village disappeared.
Yeah.
And then some months later,
there was still residual magic in the area. For example, if you cast like Phantasmal Force in an area to create some sort of really significant illusion, it was a high-level Phantasmal Force, I would say that someone walking through the area like half an hour later and casting a Detect Magic might be able to get some sort of like, oh yeah, there was some weird magic going on here recently sort of thing. But it would have to be like big AoE spells from strong spellcasters with strong effects that could kind of leave a signature over time. Usually that stuff fades away pretty quickly. It'd have to be something significant to leave any sort of residual magic. I believe it was one of Aldrich's new apprentices found it.
So, likely a trustworthy source.
Indeed. I would not have brought it to you otherwise.
So no doubt they did all the necessary investigations. It doesn't seem worth visiting this site, but it is quite a curious case.
Do you believe there to be a Witch of the Wilds?
I do, but don't. And again,
what evidence have you seen for this? I've lived here my whole life and not seen any sign of a witch of the wilds. Just rumors here and there. Are you sure you're not being taken away with the chatter of the small folk? I know how podunk of a town Misty Rapids can be. The people there undoubtedly believe all manner of nonsense.
Well, if the rumors of the small folk are widespread and convergent, perhaps it is worth taking heed. But no, I do not think this is a matter of folklorist debate. I do not think that you need to alert the populace and round up a witch hunt.
Not that that would be too useful.
If there is a witch of the wild, she has been haunting those woods for probably longer than either of us will walk this earth. And
the curse of the Shadow Mountains is strong. It's been there since they sprung up.
They sprung up? Is this to do with the curse? The great cursing?
Yes, when the gods cast down upon us all manner of problems. Yes, the Shadow Mountains were created that day. In that period of time. We say day, but not quite that simple. They are one of the many curses of the gods. Produced in a terrible... The details are unimportant. But that curse has been around since the last millennia and a half. I doubt a witch of the wild... I doubt a hag lives that long. Right? Maybe a family of hags? Anyway.
Is there truly a curse, or is this just perhaps a collection of isolated phenomena?
A collection of isolated phenomenon, but they happen with such frequency in this region, people have taken to calling it a curse.
Well,
there might be something to it.
Well, in my short tenure at Misty Rapids, I would certainly feel that the Tether Wilds are themselves cursed. Is this not just the way of the world? I can't say I have much better to say about the Soggy Hills either. Now, this whole damned continent.
Things are, what is the phrase? Going to hell in a handbasket. Anvil has been retaken. A new lord instated. And immediately everything seems to have fallen to hell there.
Who did Lord Vicious leave in charge?
Some young upstart knight. I can't even remember his name. There's been talk of dark-robed clerics seen moving through the streets. A rumor here, a rumor there, but in piecing them together across many towns throughout Green County.
What god did they serve? Or goddess? These servants.
No one seems to have any answers, just
These
rumors
death
of
priests, or
dark-robed
perhaps
priests.
some of Carrick's disciples.
Your guess is as good as mine. No. I almost hate to say it, but things were quite peaceful until you came along. It's probably one of those coincidences.
I'd like to think that I make your lives this interesting, but you said it yourself. The Shadow Mountains have been cursed for a millennia and a half.
Yes, yes. I wouldn't dare hold you responsible for the actions of
gargoyles and wraiths and chimeras of the region.
They've been here long before you came. But things are taking a dark turn. It's nonsense with Cauldron and Misty Rapids. Anywho, I presume you're tired from your day's journey. I will let you rest. Shall I see you in the morning, or are you off?
No rush, but I do need to check in on the. Check in on the holds in the east. Haven't had a chance to make a visit since. Yes.
Well, very well then.
There was one more thing, Ramle.
Yes?
Perhaps on the lighter side of things, but do you recall that desk in the library that I told you to leave?
Yes.
In note 4. Well, it's,
did you get my message?
I had assumed an apprentice of yours left it, but
Oh, no. I got very drunk one night and thought I would leave a little note for my closest wizarding friend. The wine was imported and a little stronger than I expected. Some sort of other thing was infused within it. It was not like any wine I've ever had. It left me feeling floaty and cloud-like, and boy.
no.
I used to study art back when I was a child. I can see that my talents have faded somewhat. But you're such a dour fellow, I thought you could use a little cheering up.
It brought a smile to my face. Pleases me even more to know it was you old rascal.
Well, as I said, times are dark and we need a little cheering up every now and then. I heard that you have had more than a few encounters with gnolls. Tell me, is my drawing accurate?
Some things cannot be unseen, Ramle.
Oh, we'll see you again, Carl. And he departs. And I think with that, we're actually probably wrapping up our session for today.
Yeah, sorry for kind of a meandering and slightly distracted last segment. But...
That's all right. We will be... Well, why don't I start rolling experience?
Yeah, let's see. I wasn't doing a good job of keeping. I didn't track any spell levels cast. Basically, I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of problems that I overcame.
Yeah.
I don't know if I missed something along the way, but it's not like I didn't have any combats.
No. Well, let's see. You discovered a new section. You encountered Serena and her temple, and I keep calling it a temple. It's a tower. Serena and her tower, and learned that she is actually quite a powerful wizard, casting 7th level spells from memory, not from scrolls. So let's give you some experience for that. You encountered a shadowy cleric who claims to be endowing you with a purpose. Let's give you some experience for that.
And it sounds like other shadowy clerics have been sighted in the region.
Yes, there are things.
We'll have to follow that up on the next time. Dark times indeed.
What else really went on? Did we give experience for everything last week, including the trolls?
Yes. Okay. Yes. The only thing I didn't do, I guess I didn't give myself experience for Burning Hands, I don't think, and Troll Disposal.
All right, well, I'll give you some experience for Burning Hands right now. And then...
I didn't do a very good job. I kind of left it I left it because I left one of the trolls alive, and I wasn't sure how that was going to play out this week.
Let's add some role-playing experience, and then your 10%. So all told, hold on, why was it? What the hell was that other amount for? Discovering new lands. Oh, and yeah, okay, that's what it was. Okay. So today's a low experience day. For an 8th level wizard. For a 1st level character, this would still be enormously high experience, but you get 1188, including the 10%.
1188, you bastard. I should have went after those trolls.
I thought you said you needed 20k to.
No, like 2k.
Oh, like 2k. Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like oh wait, no, that hits me. That gets me over the limit. I had 13,847.5 plus 1188 brings me to 35,035.5. 35. So I do hit level 9.
You hit level 9?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought you were still level 9 is 13.5.
135k. Yeah.
All right. So why don't you roll me a d4?
D4. Alrighty, HP 4.
Nice. Finally, something goes your way.
26 max HP. Oh, I think that's the one thing I'm not actually tracking. And yeah, I might get new saves. Do I get new proficiencies?
Nope. No new proficiencies.
When do wizards get non-weapon? Isn't it 3?
4. Oh, you're right.
No.
It is every 3.
I think I do get another unfilled proficiency slot. And 5th level spells. 5th level spells.
Wizard, yep. You get 5th level spells.
So I automatically get improved blink, I think. Hold on a second. Let me make sure there's no other dimension.
Your save should be 13, 9, 11, 13, 10. Is that right? 13, 9, 11, 13, 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Where is dimension? Dimensional. Okay, dimension, 5th level. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Distance distortion. I think that was a really weird one. That is not good. Improved blink, I will just get. And there's Lemon's secret chest. But I don't think I really need to worry about that at the moment. I have enough treasure stowed away. So we'll do blink, and my chance to learn that is 100%.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be some chance to fail, right? You can't be perfect.
No. There's not.
Okay.
We talked about this, haven't we?
I don't remember. I'll believe you though.
Yeah, because I think if you have 20 int, it goes to 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no like 99.999. Spells.
Improved blink is actually really sweet.
Can you control the direction in which you blink?
Yes, and the timing. So you can just dodge attacks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then we will roll. Do I even have pages to write this shit down?
I don't even know.
We'll deal with that. I may be writing it down on scrap paper and transferring to a spellbook later or something. I mean, presumably this is work I've been doing all along the way. I'm going to roll on Wall of Iron is the big one that I want. And I think there was, God, what was the other fifth
Sure you don't want Wall of Stone instead?
No, Iron.
You sure?
Iron's way better for trapping trolls and building badass wizard towers.
All right.
My chance to learn is 95 minus 25 is 80, right?
I believe you.
61.
Right.
There's a Wall of Iron. Can I remember? I feel like I thought of the third spell that I was planning on rolling. Teleport. Teleport. Which I think it's general, but it's not dimension. I'm surprised teleport is not a dimensional spell, but hey, whatever. Do I still get a penalty on generalist spells, or do I get my base chance? Do I still get the minus 15 for it not being my specialty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I think
Okay,
so.
I pass either way. 26, so I get teleport.
Shit. All right, so that's your 3 spells then. No, that was... Yeah.
And I think we'll deal with this I think we'll deal with this later, but I think I automatically get some potion recipes.
Okay, we will definitely look into that in between the weeks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the spells to add them. You get teleport.
One of which should definitely be healing potion. Do something with all that unicorn blood.
Teleport, wall of iron, and improved
Or maybe
blink.
it's the horn that makes the blood. Teleport, wall of iron, improved blink.
Okay. Now, we need to also look into whether only clerics can make healing potions or whether that's cleric or wizard. We will investigate that in between.
Say that again?
Whether only clerics can make healing potions or whether that's clerics or wizards.
You might be right.
Yeah, because that's definitely the cleric domain. But we'll figure that out in between.
And I do get that. I do have now a third empty non-weapon proficiency. I'm so non-committal. All right. Sweet. Well, that was, I mean, I guess yeah. Level 9. Level 9 wizard. Woo!
All right, that has... God, I don't even know if I've ever had a character naturally get to level 9 in one of my campaigns, or played a character who's naturally gotten to level 9.
I remember raising skeletons as a necromancer wizard, so I think we somehow got our hands on 5th level spells. I don't know if we grinded all the way there, or if we just made higher level characters.
I don't remember.
Certainly, you knew for dicing with death.
Yes.
I don't need no alchemy proficiency. Like I can make magic potions.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we're gonna enter a whole new phase of character here.
Yes,
and as Ryan
the cheating and dragoning will get even more severe.
Yeah, so we might be seeing Georg temporarily retire in the near future. I think we have a few quest lines to wrap up right now. Then we might take a break on Georg. He's been running since, when did Georg start? 2015, right?
I think November is yeah.
It's almost been a year of one character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Craziness. Okay. Anything else to take care of, or are we?
No, I guess we'll just be back next week. You and I will discuss a time right after this, and we'll figure out what we're going to play next week. And then that's it. There's Hardcore Heroes on Saturday. There's Age of Strife on Sunday. There's Shenanigans on Sunday. Ryan, can you make shenanigans, or is this your week?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, this is your crazy week, isn't it?
All the weeks are crazy weeks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I thought you were moving.
By the end of the month, I don't think I'll be.
I thought it was this week that you were moving.
The process has begun. I think I've started moving shit out of the apartment, but no,
Do you have your own place, or are you going to be living with your girlfriend?
Yeah, back in with Aaron.
Nice. Well, do tell her I said hello. And that's it for Das with Depth this week, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.